So what I understand is एक आप specialized course करते हो अगर आप retail management तो you need a general MBA वाला सब ज्ञान, but you can choose
plus retail.
वो तो है ही है, वो तो plus
which
point
is like the
है,
cherry on the cake. And if I can just add, see there are a lot of companies who today are looking at people who have an understanding of retail. I have my alumni who today are part of Walmart, they are part of eBay in the US, they are business heads, they are also part of, some who are strategy analysts and things like that.
Alright, hi everyone, welcome on board. Today I'm going to give you a session on Retail 101. I am sitting with the Dean of Welingkar Business School, Dr. Pradhan. How are you doing, ma'am?
Hi. I'm well, thank you.
I'm really humbled to have you on. Ma'am ने brands खुद launch किए and ma'am is right now taking care of the retail management as well.
Yes.
Ma'am लोगों को पता नहीं होता retail management का भी एक course है, specialized MBA. So we're going to talk in detail. Definitely talk about the current industry and the people who are going to give these interviews of these schools or have any questions. Going to be really helpful. तो video पूरा end तक सुनेंगे. Let's begin. Ma'am, you've launched some brands. Please tell us more about it and more about your journey.
Okay, so I started my journey in retail by design. I decided to join an industry which was in apparel after my MBA, and that is how I ended up working with what is known as Zodiac Industries, and they were very well known for their ties and extremely popular for their shirts.
Very expensive.
So yes, very expensive. After that, after spending 2 years in Zodiac, I moved to what was known as Future Group or Pantaloon Fashions.
Wow.
So there I played multiple roles, and my interest in retail kept growing. So there, working with Future Group, I had the opportunity of launching products, launching brands. One of the brand launches which I worked on was John Miller. I also was heading the store operations, the franchise store operations. So that gave me a sense of being able to move across the country, understand retail from multiple dimensions, understand how people buy differently. Let's say in North India as compared to the West, as compared to the South, how all our habits are different. And it was great fun.
I want to learn more about it, ma'am. This is really, understanding the demographics and then taking a decision. Ma'am, so you said, so you're heading the franchisee operations. Was it Pan India or Maharashtra?
Yes, it was Pan India.
For John Miller or Pantaloons?
No, for Pantaloon. For the Future Group at that time used to operate a fascia which was called as the Pantaloon shop.
Okay.
Okay, so that is where they sold all their products,
Yeah.
which included John Miller, Bear,
Agile,
and various other brands which were
with the
there.
green
Yes.
run Pantaloon. I
So
remember in the
yes,
Mary there was a
so
shop there.
so the idea was to look at opportunities which were there in the market, open the stores, do the stocking, do the inventory planning, look at sales. So fortunately, I had very early in my career, I had a great opportunity of working across disciplines.
Wow.
And maybe that has molded me into what I am.
That's so. It'd be lovely, ma'am, sitting in a class and understanding it. When I'm sure when a teacher who has done so much experience himself, and then they are teaching the book, so-called the bookish knowledge, and I'm sure your examples would be amalgamation of the work experience and the whole thing.
Yeah, so I continued working till about 99 in retail.
Okay.
After that, I took a break, and 2002-3, I again felt I needed to do something. So somebody said, since you worked for so many years in retail, why don't you come and talk to my students? So I said, okay, there's no harm in just talking to students.
Yeah.
So I went, and it was a different institute. I went there and I found that entire experience of interacting with students, talking to them, and the whole idea of sharing your knowledge with them, I think it was great. And that is where I decided, okay, this is possibly a career that I can look at. So I gradually started teaching. I started teaching retail management in colleges in Mumbai. And one of the things I realized was that we teach retail, we at that time used to teach retail from all international books.
Okay.
Okay, so what used to happen is what is described as a format there may not really work as a format in India, because India in the early 2000 was just about beginning to grow.
That was like India Shining. I remember the campaign.
So just about the beginning.
Yeah.
So at that time, American retail concepts or European retail concepts and Indian retail concepts were very different.
Yeah.
So that is a time when I wrote my first book in retailing, which for the students is something which is about retail. It is about retail in India, and it is about all that is different about retail in India.
Okay.
And I then joined Welingkar in 2004. We launched the first retail management program in 2005.
And was it like the first in the country, or that time did you have any more?
Welingkar had launched a certificate course in the year 2002.
Okay.
Okay, so technically there would have been a retail management
Got it.
certification course kind of a thing. But the 2-year kind of a full-time program, we were the first ones to launch in 2005 in collaboration with Future Group.
Got it. And then online came in. I remember 2007-8 when I was a student at SPJain Bombay. So Future Group was India's #1 online site. And I still remember doing a case study in my class and talking about it, and nobody knew it. And then your Home Shop 18 came in, and they were also website able.
Yeah, they were growing.
Yeah,
they were growing
like
across
leaps and bounds.
channels and across formats and different formats which were there, which were growing.
And then Flipkart came in. Retail took it to the next level, right? Retail was.
Correct.
All right. So when we're talking about retail, I am very excited about retail. I've seen India shining way back from my school to the college. I was in Bangalore seeing the first Forum Mall came in Bangalore.
Right,
People were like crazy about it. And McDonald's पे वो Mac Aloo Tikki used to be like 20 rupees. तो पैसे हैं नहीं हैं, you can go and have that soft serve ice cream for like 7 rupees.
7 rupees. Yes.
I remember that. And वही खाने जाते थे, but we used to end up like spending 100 rupees. And sometimes buying a t-shirt, maybe Pantaloon store was there.
That's the magic of retail.
That's the magic of retail. So ma'am, पहली बात तो how did this sector work, number one? And secondly, also tell us like what kind of jobs are available later on. Vis-a-vis a guy who's doing a general management, right? Because ये बच्चे मुझे पूछते हैं general management करूँ कि ना करूँ, कि retail में जाना चाहिए. And similar thing for other specializations as well. But yeah, first thing, ma'am.
So the first thing that I would want to say, retail is a people-centric business. You have to like being around people. So now, over the last few years, if we look at India, internationally there have been changes happening over a period of time. That's a different thing. But if we take the Indian market per se, you find that there are, you'll hear terms called brick and mortar, e-commerce, m-commerce, omni-channel retail, all of these things which are there. And many people who like to create jargon, so it is great fun.
Today morning, while doing research for this, I read a word called fidgetization.
So phygital retail is phygital retail is also one more thing which is there.
Yeah.
See, when we were growing up, or even when I was growing up, maybe you have seen online much earlier. You needed something, you went to a store. You told that person whatever you wanted, whether you're buying a shirt. Typically, shirts and all that were tailor-made. Your tailor would stitch it. You bought kapda from somewhere, took it to this guy. He did whatever. So now if I have to look at, how does this sector work? So within this sector, there are various verticals which are there. So there will be food and grocery, there is apparel, there is beauty, there is hygiene, there is health, there is consumer electronics, so on and so forth. Now there is, a lot of organic awareness which is coming in. There is a focus on fitness which is coming in. So all of these are the different verticals which are there. So if you think of a Fab India, a Biba, a Shoppers Stop, they are all part of retail. If you think of a Titan, you think of a Tanira, you think of a Joy Alucas, Kalyan Jewelers, they are all part of retail.
That's so, like organized, do we still call them organized?
Yeah, so personally I've written this in my book also. I don't like using the word unorganized.
Oh, is it? Why so, man?
See, if you look at your Kirana store, there is nothing unorganized about him. If you go to him, he knows your family. He knows what you like buying, what you don't like buying. If a younger person goes to him and he says, "Mujhe ye chahiye," the person is likely to say, "Mama mana kar degi" or something like that. So See, if I look at it from a consumer, does he know you as a consumer? Of course he does. Does he know, you tell him, I want XYZ biscuits or I want ABC soft drink. You may not see it there visibly. He will tell you, हाँ ये है. He will tell his person, उधर वो रखा हुआ है. So he knows back end.
Yeah.
Inventory कहाँ है, क्या माल आया है नहीं है.
And he upsells also. ये वाला सर क्रीम नहीं है, अच्छा है, ये साबुन.
So what is unorganized about this guy? There is nothing unorganized about him. There is so much to learn from him.
Wow, that's a different perspective altogether. Yeah.
So coming back to how this industry is organized. So there are verticals and
just
there are
sorry,
functions.
I'm still there, ma'am.
So this is something I love discussing with my students because they always say unorganized retail will go away. It has not gone away anywhere in the world.
My
It is still there.
Thinking loud and thinking back, my Kirana stores knows me more than my DMart store. My DMart just guessed the number, and DMart is like all
DMart will or any other retailer will give you that that loyalty number
that
and this,
पर्ची
that and the other and वो है तो आपको points मिलेंगे, वो है नहीं है तो points नहीं मिलेंगे. Whatever. This guy knows you. Okay.
I'm just a curious question again. DMart में जाके मजा क्यों आता है? My dad is like कुछ करने को नहीं चलो DMart जाते हैं.
That is the magic of retail coming back again.
What the hell? I'm like, Dad, come on, are you kidding? कुछ लेना है? नहीं, मैं DMart जाके आता हूँ. I'm like,
I think, see, for a large number of Indians, this is also a phenomena which they like. For them, going out is also one of the places that they go out to is for shopping or spending time with the family. So maybe if you have little children, you're going to McDonald's. The children are very enthusiastic about those small toys that they sell. So it's like a family outing which is there. See, if you think back when Big Bazaar actually advertised, it was about the family. So for us as Indians, family is a very big thing. So a lot of the retailers tell you that this is a space or this is a area where you can come, your family will be comfortable, we offer you everything for everyone and so on and so forth.
I stay in Hiranandani, Bombay, so there's a DMart here with all the rich, poor, like A, B, C, you name it, the class is very fine. Now there's another one which has come, Heiko. Heiko is like double the price than DMart, the same stuff. So I'm just thinking loud, it's like a dopamine release of my dad or just going there and just checking it out and
enjoying himself.
Kuch nahi karne ko to. But he also enjoys, so-called in my terms, unorganized retail of sabji shopping, like being a guy. Yes. I'm still not there, but I'm not sure. Just if I'm going to copy my dad, if I were to answer your question, how is the industry organized? So one is the verticals which are there. The other is all the functions with that happen. Okay, so you go to a store as a customer, you ask for a product. Let's say. So the first function which will be there is your entire store operations which is there. Okay, now this happens in online, this happens in offline. And when a retailer is selling across channels, that is when we term it as omni-channel or having a phygital presence. So the first thing that is a part of this industry is about the store operations. The second thing is getting the right product at the right place at the right time. It is about buying and merchandising. Then it is telling the customer that I have XYZ product, I am selling this or I am selling this cheap or I have this offer or Black Friday sale is on. So it is marketing, branding, promotions, all that is there. And many people don't really know technology. Retail was and always has been one of the biggest users of technology. So while it is happening in India, this is because the sheer size of data which that retailer captures. So he knows XYZ comes to my store on a Wednesday at this time to buy this. On an average, he spends 2 hours in the store and his ticket size is so much. True.
Now, this is all the data which is there with the retailer. Imagine what all he can do with that.
True.
So, data mining, CRM are the other functions which are
What's in my cart when I have a habit of taking the cart home. It's not allowed. But I take it to the home, like to the next level. I take it in my lift and the elevator because because they charge for the bag.
Right.
And I'm so lazy to pick my own bag. Though my dad always does. So, but so true. If they know me so well, what's in my cart every month, that's what I'm eating, that's what I'm becoming as well.
Absolutely.
Right? If
So
they're
all your promotions also will be related to that. And then there is the entire back end which happens, which is your supply chain, the warehousing, the sourcing, pushing things out to the right place at the right time, ensuring that the logistics is happening. So retail is all this.
How advanced it is now. I was in the US for a couple of years, and before going to the US, we read all these Walmart case studies, like P&G, Walmart. So if these guys don't know, I'll just explain them a bit. Whenever you pick up a P&G Procter & Gamble shampoo from the shelf of the Walmart, at the back end, the supplier, the factory starts to produce it. And within 3 days of time, by the time you picked it up, it's replenished. My goodness.
So,
are we still there from India?
We are almost there. See, you have a lot of retailers today who have taken the technology route. So, if I have to speak about a retailer like a Big Basket, they are very well aware, they are very well stocked. So, basically, being very well stocked means they know what is selling, what is not selling, and when to replenish. They are very rarely in a out of stock position. So we are almost there. I think in terms of the kind of funding which is coming into retail, the kind of verticals which are emerging, it's not really, money is no longer a problem. So if money is no longer a problem, it is about how you're deploying it.
Got it. Now my next question is about money.
Yeah.
So how does the pricing and differential pricings are being, maybe it's a marketing thing to talk about, but ma'am, how a Dove shampoo is priced, maybe a sachet at 2 rupees, 2 or 5 rupees. And now they're doing sachet plus conditioner combo. And I'm from Punjab, so whenever I go for a chutti at home, there's one lady who comes to my house every time. Then she rings the bell and she gives a combo of this and this. And my mom bought all these things. And they would read in the MBA that the sachets are cheaper than the entire bottle. फिर भी people are buying bottles. My mom buys always that, like hundreds of all these things. My house is full of these sachets. Now, what's that case study? If you can enlighten us on that.
So, if I understand correctly, you're talking about how do retailers go about pricing their product.
That's my question number one.
Pricing the, So, I would look at it, or I would answer it in a way that it is about which is the product that I'm selling and who is my target audience. So if my target audience is someone or if my product is something which is going to be mass market, okay, a shampoo is typically seen as a mass market product. There are higher end shampoos also, but then they don't sell them in sachets. Yeah. So there is a base level margin that I want to earn. So the retailer determines, or rather, now Dove is typically a manufacturer's brand. So it is a Procter & Gamble product, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So it would be sold at various retailers, available as XYZ. What you also see a lot in India happening today, I don't know if you've noticed, is a lot of the retailers today have started selling their own brands also.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is XYZ brand, which is of the national brand, which is there. Dabur hai, ya Hindustan Lever hai, ya Procter & Gamble hai, ya whoever else is there. But there is also if I am X retailer, my X brand of shampoo is also available to you. Yeah. And you will find we are fast reaching a stage where the product quality is almost at par.
Right.
But the price differential is huge.
क्यों उसका खुद का है तो वो cheaper भी बेच सकता है. I remember in D-Mart when all these masalas and songs and everything, it's all D-Mart branded.
Yes. So you'll find that even in a Big Basket, you will find that
Big Basket as well.
Everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere it is. Reliance may be here.
Yeah. And on Amazon has their own Solimo product.
Yes, Solimo, they have 4 or 5 brands which they are selling.
So best Amazon ka, whichever is the fast selling thing, वो खुद का brand बना के हम अपना बेचेंगे. There the margins are. Yes. Every book I was reading it somewhere. Every book they ship on Amazon, they make losses. Yes. But that's how you keep pulling your customers back, updating their data, their addresses.
Correct.
So even in 50 rupees loss, if my phone number, address could be updated, who spends nearly 10,000 rupees a month, that's the data.
Correct.
बहुत बढ़िया मैम. I'm really enjoying this discussion. I can keep going. But let's come towards the end part, ma'am. The roles. Now you're the dean of the school, taking care of the retail management as well. Ma'am, what kind of roles I can get once I finish my MBA from any top school? It may not be Welingkar. It could be, say, an IIM Ahmedabad or my school SPJain Bombay. Um,
So, when I see business school students, I find one of the things that many students shy away from is starting out at the front end or starting out in sales. I think that is the biggest opportunity that any student should look for at the start of their career, because this is where you learn the business completely. This is where you learn how the customer buys, why he doesn't buy, and how do you deal with them. Okay, so I think sales, there is a fear that I can't do sales. There is nothing like I can't do sales.
आपने किया था starting में sales?
हमने store ops से ही शुरू किया था. We were always at the front end.
Oh.
And I had people who were at least 25 years older than me who were also there. And I didn't know anything, but I had to learn from them.
Wow.
Because in Zodiac, it was about the weft, the weave, the type of fabric, फिर वो कहाँ से आया है, all that. See, that is not something I learned in MBA school.
Yeah. That should learn.
So, you learn there. I mean, you have to enjoy what you're doing.
Wow.
So I think that is one thing which is there. I think the other roles which are there across the board, which you see, if you look at retail, there are multiple roles. People start in operations, they can start, we have started getting profiles for merchandising. There are very niche roles which might come in visual merchandising, which is how you display merchandise so that it is attractive to the customer and things like that.
Right now, who does this visual merchandising? ये हर बार हम किताब में तो पढ़ते थे, पर कौन करता है डीमार्ट में जाके कि मैं लक्स साबुन को ऐसा टेढ़ा रखूंगा?
See, every organization will have their own set of people. They will create how the product has to be displayed in different stores across the country. So that team will take care of it, and you will find that it has a seasonal pattern. तो सेल के पहले करेंगे, फिर सेल के बाद करेंगे, फिर फेस्टिव सीजन आ रहा है तभी विंडो चेंज करेंगे, so on and so forth.
I'm just curious again, ma'am, I've seen like 3 of the best of the stores and bought from there. In fact, now more. Coop store, which is like very big in the Europe.
Yeah.
Tesco's, like the UK.
Tesco is.
Yeah. They are the legendary. Now I can see all the things what they're doing. I can see.
You can see it in India.
Same thing. I'm talking about 10 years back. I was in the UK for like 2 months, and of course the Walmart of the world, right? I like Walmart the best for sure. अब हम Tesco से बात कर रहे हैं, so there is something called as ready to clear (RTC).
Correct.
At every night 8:45 p.m. everything in the store
is at a massive discount.
Is at like 20%, 10% discount. So we all Indian kids, khana bhi. We used to go there and packaged food. Oh my goodness. वही जो चीज़ barbecue say chicken or a barbecue and Indian food as well is available for say a 10 pound is available for 1 pound in the night. So you should shop there. Coming back to the point. So visual merchandising के roles मिल सकते हैं आपको, on the job sales job मिल सकते हैं. You can start from the front end.
You can start. See, typically companies will start you if you're a fresher. You typically start as a management trainee because the company also needs to know you. And at that time they will rotate you through all the functional areas which are there, and then look at which is the best fit. Students also have an opportunity today at being part of all that is happening at the back end, which is technology. So there are a lot of people who are also hired by maybe a consulting firm in a back end role, but who understand retail.
Oh, nice. So he could be working with the E&Y or a Deloitte.
Yes.
और वो जाके डीमार्ट को कंसल्ट कर रहा होगा स्टोर के पीछे के ऑपरेशंस.
स्टोर में आपके क्या हो रहा है, बिकॉज ऑल द डेटा इज कमिंग टू दीज गाइस, सो हाउ डू यू मेक सेंस ऑफ दैट डेटा?
Oh, nice.
Again, analytics is becoming a very big stream. So you have sales, you have store ops, you have merchandising, you have visual merchandising. It's huge. Marketing तो है ही है. You can be part of the marketing team. And we have also a few students who go into human resources, because HR, people and people management becomes a very important skill. So that also is a avenue which can be pursued.
So
So the
retail पढ़
roles
के
are multiple.
ये नहीं कि सिर्फ सेल्स ही करना है, आप एनालिटिक्स कर सकते हो, आप पीपल मैनेजमेंट में जा सकते हो. Students have been going in such way.
Yes.
That's so amazing. Which is so what I understand is एक आप specialized course करते हो अगर आप retail management तो you're doing a general MBA वाला सब ज्ञान, but you can choose.
Plus retail.
वो तो है ही है, वो तो एक plus
which is
point
like the
है.
cherry on the cake. And if I can just add, see, there are a lot of companies who today are looking at people who have an understanding of retail. So if you look at Hindustan Lever, you look at the larger FMCG companies, they have set up what many years back something which is called as the modern trade division. Modern trade division is all your large retail stores.
Yeah.
So, basis which school, B school you are from, those roles are also there.
Oh, nice.
Because you have an understanding of retail.
Great. And they can go to Amazon, Flipkart, of the world.
Yeah.
As a
In fact,
channel manager.
I have my alumni who today are part of Walmart, they are part of eBay in the US, they are business heads, they are also part of, some who are strategy analysts and things like that. So it's largely your career is up to you and what you make of it.
That's so amazing. Alright, boys and girls, hope you guys enjoyed the discussion, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you
on board.
for having me.
It was such an amazing experience. Boys and girls, do drop in a comment अगर आप रिटेल में इंटरेस्टेड हो. कैसा लगा आपको ये पॉडकास्ट? डिटेल के अंदर बताइए. और which is the highlight of the podcast? And if anybody is applying to Welingkar Business School का retail management, drop in the comments. कब तुम्हारा interview है? I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much. And do it on the like button. I'm going to be there with you till then. All the best. Take care.